Hello everyone. Today we will discuss the lab test for determination of penetration value of bitumen. Penetration is a measurement of hardness or consistency of bituminous material. It is the vertical distance penetrated by point of a standard needle into the bituminous material under specific condition of load, time and temperature. This distance is measured in 1/10 of a millimeter. This test is used for evaluating the consistency of bituminous material. Our aim is to determine the consistency of bituminous material, thereby assess the suitability of bitumen for its use under different climatic conditions and type of construction. Next, apparatus. Firstly, we need a container, a flat-bottomed cylindrical metallic dish 55 mm in diameter and 35 mm in depth. If the penetration is of the order 225 or more, deeper dish of 70 mm diameter and 45 mm depth is required. Secondly, we need a penetration apparatus. It should be such that it will allow the needle to penetrate without much friction and is accurately calibrated to give result in 1/10 of a millimeter. Next, we need a needle, a straight, highly polished, cylindrical hard steel rod as per dimensions specified by the code. Next, we need a thermometer of range 0 to 44 degrees Celsius, readable up to zero point 0.2 degrees Celsius. Then we need a time measuring device with an accuracy of zero point 0.1 second. You can see a water bath in the picture. We need a water bath maintained at 25 degrees Celsius containing not less than 10 liters of water. The sample being immersed to a depth not less than 100 mm from the top and supported on a perforated shelf not less than 50 mm from the bottom of the bath. Finally, we need a transfer dish which is not shown in the figure. The transfer dish should provide support to the container and should not drop the container. It should be of such capacity as to completely immerse into the container during the test. Next, we will discuss the detailed procedure. First step is preparation of test specimen. Soften the material to a pouring consistency at a temperature not more than 60 degrees Celsius above the approximate softening point and stir it thoroughly until it is a homogeneous mixture and is free from air bubbles and water. Pour the bitumen into the container to a depth of at least 10 mm in excess of the expected penetration. Protect the sample from dust and allow it to cool in an atmospheric temperature at between 15 to 30 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. Then place it along with the transfer dish in water bath at 25 degrees Celsius and allow it to remain for 60 to 90 minutes. This process or procedure is shown in the slide. Then place the sample on the stand of the penetration apparatus. Clean the needle with benzene, dry it and load with the weight. The total moving load required is 100 gram, including the weight of the needle, carrier and superimposed weights. Then adjust the needle to make contact with the surface of the sample. This may be done by placing the needle point in contact with its image reflected by the surface of bituminous material. Make the pointer of the dial to read 0, not the initial dial reading. Release the needle for exactly 5 seconds and then adjust the penetration machine to measure the distance penetrated. Take at least 3 readings at points on the surface of the sample not less than 10 mm apart and not less than 10 mm from the side of the dish. After each test, return the sample and transfer dish to the water bath and wash the needle clean with benzene and dry it. In case of material of penetration greater than 225, three determinations on each of the two identical test specimens using a separate needle for each record of observation. This is a picture of showing the initial reading and final reading after 5 seconds. This may be used as an observation column for the penetration test. First column, we enter penetration dial reading which include initial and final. Then for various test position, test 1, test 2 and test 3, and then finally we calculate the penetration value. Then what are the precautions? While doing the penetration test of bitumen, there should be no movement of the container while needle is penetrating into the sample. The sample should be free from any extraneous matter. The needle should be cleaned with benzene and dried before each penetration. Then, how we can interpret the result? Penetration test is a commonly adopted test on bitumen to grade the material in terms of its hardness. A 80 by 100 grade bitumen indicate that its penetration value lies between 80 and 100. The grading of bitumen helps to assess its suitability for use in different climatic conditions and types of construction. For bituminous macadam and penetration macadam, IRC suggests bitumen grade 30 by 40, 60 by 70 softening, whereas higher penetration grade like 180 by 200 are used in colder regions so that excessive brittleness does not occur. Highest penetration grade is used in spray application work. The Indian Standard Institution has classified paving bitumen available in this country into following 6 categories depending upon the penetration value. Grades designated as A means Assam Petroleum and those designated as S are from other sources. For bitumen grade of 825, penetration value is between 20 to 30. For A35 and S35, penetration value is between 30 to 40. For bitumen grade A45 and S45, bitumen penetration value is between 40 to 50. For A65 and S65, it's 60 to 70. For A90 and S90, it is 80 to 100. For A200 and S200, it is 175 to 225.